So question 6, we are to calculate the total, instead of revenue, this is total cost per order by payment method, because to the bookstore is not revenue, is what they have to pay, yeah? So we want to see how much they spend using credit card. And then we can repeat the same for invoice and bank transfer. This is useful because we know, remember, the goal here is we want to derive meaningful insights for the business. We know that there are convenience fee that apply for different payment methods. Therefore, it helps to know how much they are spending with the different methods they have, yeah? So what we can do here is to use a sum if function. It's very simple yet powerful. I'm going to start over here. So credit card, let's look at the sum if. We will open it. So the range, the first argument of the sum if is the criteria range. The criteria range here is column H. So I'm going to select from H2 all the way down. How do I do that? We don't drag down like this. I mentioned this already. We select the first cell, then Control Shift down or Command Shift down, and then I want to lock this, yeah? Then the criteria is I want to compute the cost per order if the payment method is credit card. Yeah. And what I want to compute the sum of is this cost per order, which is a G2, this here. So I'm going to select the first cell again here, which is G2, and then Control Shift or Command Shift down to select the entire array. Then I'm going to lock it. So again, for sum if is again not as intuitive, which is why honestly I think Excel is made more difficult than it has to be. So the way to read this function is the first thing you want to think about is what do you want to compute? You want to compute the cost per order. And then what is the criteria? You want to make sure that you compute cost per order for payment methods that are listed as credit card. Yeah, for rows where the payment method is listed as credit card. Then you want to tell Excel with this first argument where that credit card would be found. It will be found in column H. That is why for sum if, the first argument is the condition range or the criterion array, if you will. Then the second argument is the criteria or the condition, which is here credit card. The last argument is what you actually want to sum up. Yeah. So here we sum it up and we have 400, about 400,000. Now we can do the same for the invoice total just to practice some more. So again, sum if the first is the range of the criteria, which is H2 again, Control Shift down to select the entire array. And then I can lock it here, Fn F4. I'm going to type at the top. Then next is actually the criteria, which is invoice. Yeah, invoice. Yeah. And then what I want to sum up is the cost per order. Okay, something is off here. Okay, comma, cost per order. H2, G2 rather, Control Shift down to select the entire array, and then I can lock this. And then, so again, sum if what I want to sum up is the third argument, the criteria. I want to sum up cost per order for invoice payment methods. Where can I find this invoice payment method? In column H. So I give it the entire array. So this is how you read the sum if function. The first argument is the criterion range. The second argument is the criterion. The third argument is what you actually want to sum up. Yeah. So we can end here for now. Let me just run this particular function. Okay. So this would be the result. And you can do the same for bank transfer. And from this, you can compare and see, right, that you seem to be spending more with the invoice payment method. And this can help with decision making, given that you have convenience fees. Do you want to spend less with credit cards and so on and so forth? Again, think about the goal of analytics is that we want to derive value for the business. And I've shared that some students have actually utilized these simple functions for their family businesses and they've given us good feedback. So try it. If you have a family business, try the different functions. And again, if you want to try a little bit more powerful approaches, you can talk to us separately. But I believe that these are simple but very helpful. Yeah, let's end here for now. And if you have any questions, we're happy to take them.